Okay, thank you.
You start.
So welcome to this hearing for a street trading licence. First item on the agenda is to elect a chair for the purpose of this meeting. I understand that Councillor Goodridge has been nominated, is that correct?
That's correct, yeah.
Thank you, and the members are happy with that? Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think it would be helpful to just do some introductions before we get underway. I'm Councillor Michael Goodridge, representing Eastern Villages on Waverley. And on my right,
So Councillor Michael Higgins, I represent Newhurst and Ellen's Green.
on my left,
And Councillor David Munro, I represent Western Villages.
and if we go around everybody else.
So I'm Kimberly Soane, Regulatory and Review Advisor for Democratic Services and clerking the meeting.
I'm Mel Knight, live near Hindhead.
I'm Penelope Skirchley, I'm a legal advisor.
Adam Reddings, Senior Environmental Health Officer from Regulatory Services.
Holly Atherton, Senior Environmental Health Officer.
And
Councillor Hess is involved in the one that we'll be dealing with a third on the agenda. So let's start with item 2 on the agenda. Was the application for a street trading licence for Hindhead Royal British Legion Car Park, Beacon Hill Road, Hindhead. The officers like to introduce this matter, please.
Yeah, so on the 1st of September 2025, Club Pizza applied for a street trading consent to trade from the car park at the Hindhead Royal British Legion, Beacon Hill Road, Hindhead, GU26 6QB. Originally, the application was to trade on Wednesday or Sundays from 6 till 9 p.m. However, following feedback from consultees, as detailed in section 6.11, the application was amended on the 11th of November 2025 to trade only on Sundays from 4 till 8 p.m. A copy of the original application is included in Appendix 4, which is page 20 and 21 of the volume. Correspondence with the applicant agreeing to amend their application is given in Appendix 7, which is page 33. They wish to sell pizzas cooked in their mobile pizza oven. Location map of the proposed site is in Appendix 5, and that's page 23. When an application for street trading consent is received, statutory consultees are consulted, and the applicant puts up a notification and account on near the site, and the council put up a notification on our social media platforms. The deadline for consultation was the 14th of October 2025, which was 28 days after the consultation began. And in response to the consultation, 2 objections were initially received. One from a representative of a nearby food business and one from a neighbouring resident. There were 3 responses of no objection from Hazelmere Town Council, Councillor Julian Spence, and Surrey County Council Highways, and general comment from the Surrey Fire and Rescue Service. There was also an additional comment from a neighbouring resident. So the one of the objections was from Adriano Italian Restaurant and Deli, which is 3 Beacon Hill Road, Hindhead, GU266 NRN. And this was received on the 8th of September 2025, following the public notice. And it was based on concerns about the needs of the area. They objected on the grounds of trading on Wednesday evenings, because there was other outlets in the area also doing similar foods, but they did not object to them trading on Sundays. On the 7th of November, their objection was, Adriano's objection was withdrawn, The applicant then amended their application to Sundays only 4 till 8 p.m. A record of the objection from Adriano is in Appendix 6. Now, the representation which we have, which has been maintained, is from a neighbouring resident, Cranbrook, Beacon Hill Road, Hindhead. And this was received on the 16th of September 2025. And it's on the grounds of public safety, lack of parking capacity due to busy times, public nuisance odours and noise, and needs of the area, existing outlets, obviously selling pizza nearby. Along with further requests for further information. So clarification was provided by the objector, and details of the amended application has already been described. However, the objector wishes to maintain their objection. We had another response from the resident at Marlow and Beacon Hill Road, again mentioned concerns about needs of the area. However, clarification was provided and no further response was received. So before us, the licensing committee needs to consider the feedback from the consultation and just determine the application having regard to the matters that can be considered for the grant or renewal of the street trading consent, which are detailed in section 6.5 of the report. And there are three options. Option 1, grant the street trading consent as applied for. Option 2, grant the street trading consent with additional conditions. And option 3, refuse the application for street trading consent. And the objection before us is on page 28 and 29 of the report.
Thank you very much indeed for explaining that to us. Now, the applicant is not here,
Yes.
I take it, so we can't ask them any questions, but we do have an objector here. So we've got your email traffic between the council and yourself. Thank you for that. And on the basis that we are now dealing Sunday only in the British Legion car park between 4 and 8, what else would you like to tell us? What else would you like to
I
add?
think my concerns are to generally sort of say what I've said in my email, but is, we have a Domino's Pizza outlet already, which is quite an active one, which already brings, public in to buy food and as a pizza outlet. Adriano's, yes, are closed on a Sunday at this time. I don't know if that'll ever change, but I suppose it's something to consider. But I'm not convinced based on that we need another pizza outlet. And so that's one of my objections, is I don't see Beacon Hill Road as a pizza place. I also concerned, I know that it's been considered or has been passed to make it a 20-mile-an-hour zone in that road. The parking, if you ever visit it, can be extremely busy, not only in the car park, because the British Legion, even if you look on their website, have quite a few events going on Sundays. Like they've just had the lights being turned on, which closes off bits of the road. You can only come in one. You have Remembrance, which is very busy, so the car park becomes busy. You have any school events that might come up that they do use the car park, not on Sundays, obviously, for there, but they might have fairs and things, which could be a Saturday or a Sunday. They've got some Christmas events coming up on Sundays, children's parties. So, they often have the sporting events. So the car park's well used on Sundays. So that would be another concern for me. I live opposite, so I see where there's double parking anyway, even just with residents. I've seen coaches go down. My neighbour's car's been scratched based on it being quite tight, different things like that. So I do have concerns that actually, is this the right place for this place to have its outlet based on several things? I could go on. I'm aware of other pizza outlets similar to this in different places where I have been and seen, and the smells and I don't know, whatever comes with using one of those things, whether it's litter or what, I don't know. I know they have, but I'd be interested to know what, I know in the policy it says about excessive smells, and it says, what does that mean? I mean, you know, when do I decide if I'm opposite and there's a lot of smell? When is it excessive? So it'd be quite nice to know. When is too much noise? When is it a problem? How do I know when this has become like that? Because I think it's quite vague in saying that. So I'm kind of there. Let's make it clear.
Okay. I mean, as I understand it, but correctly, I don't know if I got this wrong. I mean, it's quite a large car park, and the red outline is where they're actually going to
I
put the
haven't seen
Pizza
that.
Hut, is it?
I haven't had any information at all, so I've got no idea.
Will you not get sent
That's it.
agenda?
I've got the
Page
agenda, but not
19.
all I didn't know where.
Oh,
Page
it's there.
19.
Sorry,
Okay.
page 23, sorry, page 23.
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay, oh.
Page 23, yeah. No, page 23 shows that. So where would it be envisaged that the public, when they come and buy a pizza, would park their car?
Well, it would, so the public would have to use the remainder of the car park.
Exactly, yeah. And obviously, if there is, I'm just asking the questions on your
Absolutely.
behalf.
Thank you.
I mean, clearly the British Legion have agreed to this application being made as it's on their car park.
I mean,
I take that as a.
I was surprised because I'm a member of the British Legion and I had no idea until I saw the bit of paper
Yes,
saying,
well,
so
presumably-
it's interesting.
There has to be an agreement between the pizza company and the British Legion.
And assuming they're allowed to do that.
Well, yes, I mean, in the application, the applicant is the onus is on the applicant to tell us whether they've spoken to the landowner and they've got permission. I mean, it doesn't, if they do get consent to operate there from committee, then it doesn't deem that they, well, it doesn't, they would have to, they still need permission
Still
from the
need to,
landowner.
yeah.
And, yeah,
Can I just say, the car park, there are quite a few permanent cars that are in it, that residents use it who are members, so it isn't an empty car park at any point in time.
No.
Just to note.
Yeah. Okay, but you have fears that people will be parking in the street rather than going in the car park?
Potentially, yes. Yeah, absolutely. Or they'll be hanging around in the car park, not so just temporarily not parking because there might not be the room. I don't know. What happens when it's busy in that car park? That's my thing, which it
On a
will be
Sunday.
at certain times, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There are times where that happens.
I mean, I can't say what the British Legion would be thinking, but if they have a large event on in their British Legion between 4 and 8, they might ask the pizza people not to come that day, but I don't know.
Neither do I.
But that's their problem, in a way, the British Legion. Have you spoken to the British Legion?
Well,
about
I
this?
was surprised
As a member.
when I was as a member, and I did, and I said, is this, and they went, oh yeah, they just said that, but they weren't forthcoming with any information.
No, but they know about it.
Yes.
Anybody else got questions?
Yeah, I mean, it's Miss Knight, is it?
Mrs. Knight, yes.
Mrs. Knight, yeah. I think Ray was actually quite an interesting point. What is the threshold in terms of smell and nuisance? I know, having worked with you before, you do actually investigate these types of things, but what would be considered like, overbearing smell, nuisance?
well, I think from a nuisance point of view, from a public nuisance point of view, it really would be a substantial and unreasonable interference in the use and enjoyment of land and property. So we've got one adjoining land, we've got adjoining interests really of occupants and nearby residents or whoever's nearby, and it would be be looking for really a frequent interference and a substantial interference, and for things like those smells that inevitably be something that we would speak to a resident about and visit and engage that level of interference. But it really is quite a high threshold of interference, quite frequent as well. So it's not obviously possible to say, having not we haven't had a complaint about this address, but we're talking really quite frequent interference, not perhaps one-off or infrequent. So
How do food vans mitigate the smell?
I mean, really, it's for a food van, it's going to be really getting as far away as possible from the site boundary, and that, I mean, certainly permanent kitchens can in buildings can have quite significant mitigation, but there are a lot more restricted really with food vans, I believe.
No, I've got no questions.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to
No, just
add?
not really. Just I would only reiterate, we've already got pizzas available. So
Yes,
what's
but I think we just got, the committee will obviously take into account that one of the two pizza firms did object, but on a Sunday is not objecting, and the other pizza one did not object. So those that are worse affected, if you like, who sell pizzas,
depends how many pizzas you
don't
sell
now
down the road.
object, that don't now
Yeah.
object. And presumably the applicant is applying for 1 year, which is the most we can give anyway. And it has to be renewed, and then things can be looked at again if problems arise.
Yes. Yes.
Right, there being no other, because where are we going to?
I would
withdraw?
suggest that we maybe go to the members' room to.
Yes, okay. So what's going to happen now, on the basis we have all the information we need to make a decision, is that the committee will retire with our clerk and probably with our legal advisor, in case we need legal advice. And then once we've made a decision, we'll come back. Okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Thank you.
No, it's all right, okay, thank you.
So yes, it's yes.
Thank you very much indeed. The committee have carefully considered the objections that we have to this application. And the committee are satisfied that none of the matters referred to in paragraph 2.3 or 2.5 of our policy apply. The committee will therefore grant the application on Sundays only 4 till 8 for a 12-month period, when the matter will obviously come before council again. And if any nuisance does happen, or you feel has happened, then you should, any objectors should contact the Environmental Health Department and raise it with them.
Okay.
So thank you very much for coming. Thank you for explaining your position to us. It's very helpful. The decision is the decision. Thanks very much indeed.
Thank you. I shall,
I'll just go and get Paul and
Yeah.
the other.
See you later.
Yeah. Paul's doing it himself now. I think this would be my last visit to the licensing committee. I don't think that I've been given a place on the licensing, because they're having a shuttle around.
All right. Yeah, it's been quite long. Yeah. Proportionality and whatever. Small. Yeah. Licensing is quite fun.
It's all right.
Particularly when you're dealing with the taxi drivers.
Oh, yes.
They're incestuous, you know. We had 3 cases in the list last week of people
You
that
see, sort of
said they
down.
weren't driving their car at the time of the alleged offence. And they said someone else. Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Morning.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning, sir. The item now we have on the agenda to consider is an application for a new premises licence for the local Farnham, 28 the Borough Farnham, sorry, GU9 7NJ. Bearing in mind we have different people here now, I think we're going to introduce ourselves again. I'm Councillor Michael Goodridge. I'm chairing the meeting this morning, and I'm councillor for Eastern Villages. And on my right,
It's Councillor Michael Higgins, I represent Newhurst and Brief.
and on my left,
Is Councillor David Munro. I represent Western Villages.
and we could then go round the table.
So regulatory review advisor for democratic services and clerk in the meeting.
I'm Mary Skirchley, the legal advisor.
Paul Hughes, licensing manager.
Councillor George Hess, representing Farnham Town Council.
Good. Right, well, I'll ask Mr Hughes if he could firstly introduce this matter.
Thank you, Chairman. As you said, you have in front of you an application for a new premises licence from Mr Singh in respect of a convenience store. In brief, the applicant seeks to license the premises for late night refreshment, 2300 to 0500, sale of alcohol for consumption off the premises only, 24 hours a day. No representations have been received from a responsible authority. The application has received 1 representation from other persons objecting to the application. Officers requested to consider the matter.
Thank you very much indeed. Right, Mr Higg, the first thing is for you to tell us, we've obviously got details of the application, but perhaps you'd like to put some more meat on the bone, so to speak, and
I'll try my
explain
best.
exactly what you're trying to do
I'll try my best.
and to cover some of the things that Farnham Town Council have raised, perhaps would be helpful.
I'll try my best. I'm
Lovely.
not very good with this representing.
Don't worry,
but I'll
don't
try
worry.
my best.
Well,
English is my second language. Bear with me.
That's pretty good to me.
Yeah.
Jolly good.
We proposed this to open till late night. As the council says, there's a problem issues with the deliveries. The first problem they have with the deliveries. Well, if you're talking about like a Deliveroo or other people coming to the shop for the deliveries to pick up, or other than get the deliveries for the shop that the supply. So I'm just going to explain both of that. If you're talking about Deliveroo and Uber Eats and then all this delivery people, they're coming in town anyway. We have across the road, which is a WS Smith. We have all of them parking there for a minute, for 2 minutes, for 3 minutes, and then leave without doing any nuisance on the parking. There is a subway across the road as well. They have all days Deliveroo services. But we are not good with it. We haven't started that yet. So if that situation, I'm explaining, and if you're talking about the deliveries are, we are a premier store. They don't have any deliveries after 10 o'clock anyway. It's a premier store and they don't do deliveries after 10, which makes noise or something, or stop the traffic. So I mean, it's late night traffic for the noise. And the second thing about it's rubbish. Is I don't know, is any complaint about it? Because the only thing when we open our shop, we see sometimes a glass or two glass from the pub side on the road, scaring that if somebody might pick up and throw into my shop, we will put it on side. It's safe here. I don't think so. There is any problem with rubbish as well. And the third thing was that nuisance. Well, the local area have quite a few pubs. It's just across about 4 or 5 pubs. They have licenses till 2:30. They have a live music events all the time going on. I'm not doing noise there. I'm just selling the product, selling alcohol, so people can go home and have their time at home rather than, it's not on license. But I see music coming out from the pubs across the shop. Queen Hats have a license, I think about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. If they're running without nuisance, so why should we having nuisance here? When people are not drunk here, but people are already drunk in the pub, and they're okay with it. Right. So I don't think so there is any problem there. I can't see anything that I'm changing into it, or maybe you guys have some other questions, I can answer it.
What's there at the moment?
It's a convenience store, have a license till 11 o'clock.
Right.
We provide.
So you're running this
Yeah.
currently?
Yeah, so we have on site, we have medication, on the counter medication. We have drinks, we have a hot food like a hot dog, and we have a bacon bite. Lot of people and kids, there is no shop around this area after 9 o'clock. 8 o'clock Sainsbury closed down. 9 o'clock the Waitrose closes up, and then there is no local shop. People, what they do, the local people when we opened the shop to get more customers, we went to all these pubs and security guards and told them that we opened the shop if somebody needs something to come down. And they said it's very good for the area because there is nothing here. People, when they drink, they need smoke or something, they pick up the car and go to nearest petrol station, which is about 5-6 minutes in the car. So actually we are saving people not to drive while they're drunk.
Yeah.
So they can have their cigarette. And the third thing is, if I don't sell alcohol after 11, and I open my shop after that, is it gonna be okay? I can't open the shop after that? I think there is a law, I can open it, but I can't sell that alcohol. But then the nuisance will not happen? What's the guarantees?
Yeah.
If you guys are saying there's gonna be nuisance there.
Right. You just mentioned, just covering one or 2 points, you said there'll be no deliveries after 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Are you happy for, if we grant the license,
Yeah.
for that to be a condition?
Yes, sir.
And when would be the first delivery in the morning? When do they start delivering?
They start at 6. So, but the license conditions are 1 to 5, which we are applying right now. We already have a license from 6 to 11.
Yes. So,
They are, if that's a condition, I can get a letter from Premier.
no,
If we're
I just want to know what options I've got.
Sure.
Oh, we've got.
Sure.
So you're saying no deliveries before 6 AM?
Yep.
Right.
But mostly will be not, we will have it in after 6 in the evening. We have a slot,
Yes.
we have a delivery slot. So they put us on an evening, 6
Between
o'clock,
6
6 and 7.
Yeah.
At the moment, I have on my application, my next delivery was on Thursday. It's a weekly delivery. We have a basement, so what we do, we pick up everything, put in a basement, and then slowly take it out. Sometimes when there is a shortage, we just on a van run to a cash and carry, bought little bit stuff, which it need to run, make this business to run properly. And all the towns are getting empty and everything is. I'm trying to make my business as well as give facilities as well. And I have there's about 2,500 students in the university, and they have nothing after that.
Right. So at the moment, your hours are what from?
We open right now. We have a license from 7 o'clock till 11 o'clock. We opening from
7 AM or PM?
AM.
7 AM to 11 PM at present.
Yes.
And explain, I mean, you're saying 24 hours. I mean, I can understand the 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, but is there going to be a great demand at 4 in the morning and 5 in the morning?
Sir, I don't know. We just, for the basis of looking into it,
Yeah.
we just applied. We know, I think we're not gonna open it for 24 hours anyway. It's just to stop
Gives you
that,
the option.
it gives me the option. Most likely, when the last pub closes, Queen's Head.
Yeah.
That will be the end of it, my show, because nobody will be in the morning coming in anyway.
No. It just seemed to me that as a layman, you know, if you're in a car and you go past a petrol station at 4 in the morning, you'll pop in and get something if you want it.
I get it.
But for
No,
people
no.
to come in at 4 in the morning to your shop
No,
would be a
except-
far stretch.
No, it's not that. It's I can explain that. I don't want to open that, but the whole point is suppose somebody gets sick, especially in the university.
Yes.
They don't have a car.
No.
Okay, they don't have nothing. I have on the counter all the medication.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so
I mean, that's your business decision.
yeah, I'm just letting you know, but I have no intention of opening 24 hours at the moment.
Okay. Questions?
Yeah, thank you very much. What sort of late night refreshment are you thinking of supplying?
We have basically we have hot dogs, which we cook upstairs, and then we have a bacon bite. It's company which have sausages, all that kind of, which are warm stuff, good food. And we have cold drinks, we have cigarettes, we have vapes, which I'm mentioning you already. We have small convenience stuff like bread, milk, everything which has a small convenience food, as well as alcohol.
Okay. And yeah, so it's a continuation of what you're already selling.
Yes, sir.
during the day.
During the day.
And evening. On another subject, parking outside, obviously the borough is very, very restricted.
Yes.
In your experience, what's the proportion of your customers who arrive on foot and those who arrive by car?
Everybody is on the fit. I have never seen somebody coming especially stop the car in front of my shop and get it in. Most of the stuff is people walk
Mhm. So that's
because there is no parking there.
quite, yes. So that's your experience.
Maybe one or two times, which I don't look it into it, which I don't want to be like, oh, no. Could have been done for a minute or two, I don't know. But whenever I see everybody, I seen coming on a foot. Or maybe park up there, there's a parking bay on the other side, onto the, just across the Domino's, they put 3 parkings there. The people from that Domino's come in, maybe, I don't know if the Domino staff is coming because they're wearing or not, their clothes, or somebody parked there.
Are you aware that the borough is being resurfaced and
Redeveloped,
going
yeah,
down to
because
one lane, et
this
cetera?
is why the town is dead at the moment. This is why I want to increase my business, because what that road closure did, that they stop people coming into town. And what happens with that people get good habit of going to other towns, because now the shopping pattern is changed as well. There used to be lot of people in Farnham. We used to run another shop in Farnham as a phone shop, and we had a lot more footfall in the town rather than now. It's reduced very high. All the shops are getting off. Across the road there was a shop which was A2C selling other products, closed last week. 2 restaurants across the road just closed last week. The town is getting empty. Maybe the reason could be that there is no facilities or something else, or maybe it was the parking first now, however, and there is no facility. By the way, according to my business, there's nothing else.
And in your experience, it's not a residential area, but I'm aware that there are flats.
There is,
about
I
the shop.
don't think so. There is any complaint about it. We are open from 2nd of August. I don't think so. There is any complaint from any neighbor. If there is,
We
You can ask the person.
yeah. So I don't know. Nothing been told to me.
Thank you.
Michael. First of all, Paul, is the Queen's Head open till 2:30?
Sorry?
Queen's Head, is it open till 2:30?
I'm going to check for.
They have a weekend license till 2:30, maybe 3 o'clock. I don't know, but they have. I'm 100% sure they have a license till 2:30.
I think my concern really was when I was looking at the application and hearing you today was that essentially the clientele you're going to be attracting are people who probably had a drink, going into a shop,
Sure.
maybe buying more.
No, I'm a sensible person, and we know when people are overdrunk.
But it was more about the security. So, I don't want to make assumptions, but I'd say there's probably a high propensity of theft, things like that.
That's my business. I can, if I will put on more stuff.
Well, this is the thing, is that you've got cameras and security, and
Yes.
I was very happy with that.
Yes.
I was just thinking, well, for your own safety as well as the public safety,
Sure.
I wasn't sure whether there was sufficient.
Maybe we will have extra staff where there'll be always 2 or 3 people in the evening. If we got a license till 2:30, then we will put extra staff or some security stuff like a pubs.
Be interested to hear from.
Yes, we will hear him.
Thank you, Mr.
So,
Singh.
okay, thank you, Mr. Singh. We have this as a fairly informal hearing, but what we're now going to do is ask councillor Hess, who is representing Town Council, to come and tell us about it, and there may be an odd question coming from that we want to ask you about, if we may. And so the Town Council are objecting, and councillor Hess, you are representing the Town Council. Perhaps you'd like to add anything. We've got the letter from the council. What would you like to add or amplify, please?
Thank you, Chair. There are a lot of issues at play here. But there is absolutely no precedent in the borough for 24-hour trading at the moment. To extend the opening hours from 11 p.m. Basically for alcohol to a 24-hour trading scenario is a huge extension. One question is why people would want to go out to buy alcohol at those sort of hours. The application is for a 24-hour opening, so there'll be absolutely nothing to stop the local opening for 24 hours. The late night refreshment till 5 a.m. Is going to involve potentially, this is for food, potentially Deliveroo and Uber Eats, which were referred to earlier, coming and going. Scooters make a noise. They make plenty of noise, which you can hear and aware of during the daytime when there's other traffic around. But after 11, 12 o'clock at night, scooters coming and going in a confined space, like the borough, it's probably one of the narrowest streets in the Farnham town centre area, will just be amplified. I think it would be disastrous for local residents. Takeaway food, I know for a fact, because I've been campaigning for better cleanups in the town for the last 4 or 5 years to get Biffa to do a better job, that there is litter. And that litter is from people that buy food to eat on the trot, and they just drop their litter wherever it suits them. So it will bring about, and in my view, it will bring about an increase in litter. I live in the town. I see what goes on every day. So it's not as though I'm an out-of-town councillor talking about a situation I'm not intimately involved in. I'm intimately involved in it. I see it, as I say, every single day. I think the Queen's Head's licence is actually till 1:30. They may have special event licences, but their general licence, which Mr. Hughes can perhaps confirm, is till 1:30 as far as I know, not till 2:30 or 3 a.m. as you mentioned.
Can I speak?
Well, we'll check that with Mr. Hughes in a moment.
Well, I'll finish if you don't mind. I won't read out the whole objection that Farnham wrote in, because it's quite a lot. And I think you would probably get fed up with me if I read out the whole thing. I think in the case of deliveries, where you're taking them either in the Bush Hotel or the Central Car Park, those deliveries are going to increase. The longer you're trading, the more you'd be selling, the more deliveries you need to have to stock your shop. So there will be an increased nuisance. Clearly, logic would tell you that those deliveries would be during the daytime, not the night time, to be fair. I think it has to be borne in mind that the Farnham Infrastructure Programme is underway. In January, it will restart, and the borough is going to be narrowed to 1 lane. That means that any vehicle stopping to pop in to a convenience shop late at night, early hours, will either stop in the carriageway and block it. You can challenge this, but I would actually say this is a fact. Or they will pull up on our newly laid pavements, which are not designed for vehicles to pull up onto. You mentioned the Domino's on the other side of the traffic lights, that's actually a loading bay. But there's a lot of guerrilla parking on there on a day-to-day basis, which Surrey County Council haven't managed to deal with as yet. But, you know, anybody coming to your shop in the early hours in a vehicle, dashing in because the streets are quiet, they will either block the carriageway or they'll pull up on a newly widened footway. And those footways are not designed for vehicles to run up onto them. So it is a problem. The problem of Deliveroo and Uber Eats, that's a problem. And, you know, there is literally no precedent in the borough, or particularly in the borough, for 24-hour trading. We really do object to it. There will be disturbance to the neighbours that live in the flats above. So, you know, on the basis of potential blockages to a very constrained carriageway, you know, we're going from 2 lanes to 1. It's going to be a very constrained carriageway. That's going to be built. That will actually affect the ability for your customers to come and go in a motor vehicle, unless they're willing to park away and walk in. But we know what people do. We know how selfish people can be, and they just want to get what they want. Stop there. I've seen it in town. Stop where they want, cause a pinch point. No concern for the rest of the motoring public. They just want to get what they want, and they stop where they want. So I think please read the Farnham Town Council objection. There are concerns about this. Personally, I can't see why 2300 or midnight isn't a sensible closing time. To take it right through for 24 hours is, in my view, unreasonable and should be resisted. So thank you for listening.
Thanks very much. Just a couple of questions first. You heard we talked about deliveries, a condition of deliveries not after 10 p.m. or before 6 a.m., which is what happens, I understand now. Does that change in any way the council's worries about deliveries?
No, I think as far as I'm aware, current delivery arrangements are working. I've not heard of or experienced any issues with vehicles pulling up and blocking the borough to deliver there. It does happen to other premises, to be fair. Vehicles do pull up, vans, couriers. They do it all day long everywhere, pulling up where it suits them. Specifically for this business, I'm not aware of that happening.
Right. So if we restrict the hours of deliveries, that should be no worse than it is now.
Correct.
Did you accept that? Yeah. Can I ask another thing? I think the committee agree. I just want to talk about this Deliveroo business. Do you, Mr. Singh, do you have Deliveroo come to your premises to deliver food to third party elsewhere?
Not food. I can say that at the moment I'm being straightforward. We have a Deliveroo, but we have one customer every night.
Okay.
So I don't see anything else. And the Deliveroo is parking and coming to shop to pick up. But I can show you my Deliveroo date list. I have one customer or 2 or 3 customer in a week.
Right. Do you anticipate, if your extension is granted in whole or in part, that there would be more deliveries?
I'd like to be fair enough. I don't know yet. I don't think so.
No, that's fine.
I don't think so.
And Mr. Hughes, can you?
And if there is a problem, okay. If according to the councillor, he don't want any delivery Deliveroo after 1 o'clock, we can stop, switch off from there at 1 o'clock.
So you wouldn't object to another condition
Yeah,
saying no Deliveroo
but 1:30 or something.
after 1:30?
Yes, I switch it off the machine because on that machine, it's up to me, I can work. And if I will switch off that button at 1:30, there is no more Deliveroo. Before the pub closes, which is live music events going on,
Yeah.
everything, and I will not take an order.
Okay, fine. Mr. Hughes, can you put us out of our misery as to the hours of the Queen's Head?
Yeah, it's midnight Sunday to Wednesday, midnight 30 on Thursday, and 1 a.m. Friday and Saturdays. They do open till 3 a.m. when using tens.
When what, sorry?
Special night.
Temporary event.
But which
So
happen-
normal hours,
Which is happen quite often there.
okay. So normal hours, the latest is 1 a.m.
Yeah. on the
But if
Friday.
they have a tens license, then that tends to go till 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Which is
And do you
mostly-
know how many they may grant in a year?
Well, they're
'Cause there's a
allowed-
limit.
They're allowed the limit, yeah, so
What's the limit?
it's 15 now, I believe.
15,
It was
yeah.
12, it's gone up to 15.
Right,
Chair,
now,
can I just ask a question?
well, wait a minute, we're going to ask you a few more questions.
Right.
Councillor Munro.
Thank you. Farnham Town Council's objection is the only one that has been received. I think that's correct. There's nothing in the papers. From your knowledge, have you in the council received any objections
From
from
members of the
from
public?
residents and members of
I'm
the
not
public?
aware of that, David.
You wanted to ask us a question. Why not?
Yes, I don't know whether it's within the remit of licensing, but I have real concerns about Deliveroos. There's no way that you can calculate the demand when you open later. I know that McDonald's restaurants do Deliveroos, delivering hamburgers and things to people at all sorts of hours, not in Farnham, but elsewhere. And it would concern me a lot if those scooter riders were riding up on the pavement where pedestrians should be, on their motor vehicles and parking up outside the premises to get their delivery. I don't know whether it's something that can be conditioned if this license application is considered for an extension, hopefully not 24 hours, that any scooter delivery vehicles do not park on the pavement.
Have you had any complaints to that effect?
It's
Up to now.
not happening at the moment, but we're two
Right.
carriageways there at the moment.
No, but
When it
no
goes-
complaint at the moment, factually.
But materially, the borough will change
Okay.
from January to one carriageway, you see. Wider pavements and narrower carriageway.
Yeah, okay.
Parking is a planning issue, not a licensing issue. And for the same principle, any of the other stores that aren't a licensed premises, their customers can park on there. You have no control where your customer comes
Right.
from and how they park. They can park and block the whole road and just walk in and leave their car on the road. It's nothing you control as a licensee.
Okay.
Well, if it were to occur, we'd talk to enforcement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, so the thing, is there anything before we retire to consider this application? Is there anything you want to add?
Yeah, well, he just perfectly answered to me already.
Yeah.
He just said, if I'm not selling alcohol, I can open the store 24 hours. Nobody can stop me.
If you grant it.
No,
But you're-
not for off license.
No. So if we grant this, if we do, we are happy for a condition to be put on, two extra conditions, if there are specific conditions. One, that deliveries to your shop would only take place between 6 AM and 10 PM.
I agree.
And that deliveries would be stopped at 1:30 AM.
I'm happy.
And when would it restart?
8 o'clock when I open.
8 o'clock?
Yeah.
8 o'clock, okay. Okay, anything else you want to add? Right, what we're going to do is we're going to retire now. We'll retire with our clerk, who will obviously take notes of our deliberations, and our legal officer, in case we need any legal advice. But Mr. Hughes won't come with us, it'll just be those two people. And you stay here and we'll come back when we've made a decision. Of course, okay? Thank you. Right, well, the committee have carefully considered the application and the objections from the Farnham Town Council. And the committee have decided to grant the application, but not for 24 hours. We will extend the licence on Sunday to Thursday from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. and on Friday and Saturday from 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. We accept the condition that there be restrictions on deliveries and that the deliveries will only take place between 6 a.m. and 10 p.m. And that so far as online deliveries are concerned, such as Deliveroo, they will cease at 1 a.m. on Sunday to Thursday and to 1:30 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. For clarity, the online deliveries such as Deliveroo can deliver food and alcohol. Now, the reason for restricting at present the hours of opening is the uncertainty about the road access due to the road improvements in the borough. You have a right of appeal to the Magistrates' Court within 21 days from receiving this decision letter, or the decision letter. Mr. Hughes.
Can I just clarify, because you talked about an extension, it is a new application, so I just need it because the hours were from midnight to midnight, so what time is the opening hours for alcohol and the closed hours for alcohol?
As 8 a.m.
Well, I think
No,
8,
it's gonna be from 8 a.m. till 1 p.m. next day.
so it will be at the start, so the hours will be 8 a.m. Monday to Thursday until 1 a.m. the next day.
Right.
And on Friday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. the following day.
And same for late night refreshment from 11 p.m. to the 1 a.m. or the 3.
Is that clear? Everyone clear what we agreed to? Okay, well, thank you very much indeed. Thank you, Mr. Singh.
Thank you. I'm very happy with it.
You're welcome, thank you.
Thank you. Nice to see you, sir.
Thank you.
I'll hopefully see you in Parliament as well.
I have been in your shop before.
The phone shop.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that. I know you. Are you my customer?
Don't park your car on the pavement, that's the hair outside, you mean?
All right, that's the good.